Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another Sunday Reset. My name is Tiffany, and I'm so happy to have you joining me today. In today's video, we are going to be doing some deep cleaning here in my kitchen, and we are getting prepared for fall decorating. I am so excited. This video is designed to get my kitchen area cleaned up again. It is a hot mess, as you can see. I'm trying to show you all of the super messy areas, like my trash area here. Oh my goodness, everything is just so dirty and needs a good wipe down. This is what happens when you have a lived-in home. We love our home. We live here and enjoy every second of it, and it shows in the mess that will be created in it. So we're going to go ahead and get started by cleaning the cabinets. Now, I've done this before in videos. I like to use the powder OxiClean. I put it in some warm water, and that's what I use to wipe down the cabinets. Now, my cabinets are from cabinets.com. I've talked about this before. They are in a shaker style, and they are painted in the color Alabaster by Sherwin-Williams. So they're a little bit of a warm white, and I love that about them. I know that there are lots of mixed feelings about white kitchens because it does feel like you can see a lot of the dirt and the dust that piles up on your cabinets, and that is true, especially the more ornate of cabinet that you have. It's definitely going to hold on to dirt and dust, but I have no problem just wiping them down every couple of months to make sure that they stay clean. If something gets really, really dirty, I'll definitely wipe it down in the moment, but for the most part, I try to do this about every 2 months or so. So the nice thing is I feel like that's about the time that I'm changing out my decor for the season. So I try to do this every single time I'm about to, change decorations up. That seems to be an easy way to remember. So like I said, I just filled a bowl there with some warm water and about a half a scoop of the powdered OxiClean, and it just helps to get things really, really clean. Here's a nice close-up of my hood vent. Oh my goodness. It's so dusty, you guys, but that's okay. I love this hood vent, so it was worth it. It was worth it to have all these details here on this hood, even if I knew that meant that they were going to get dusty and dirty. So using a microfiber cloth that I purchased at the Dollar Tree, I believe, either Dollar Tree or the dollar store, 99-cent store. I'm pretty sure it was Dollar Tree. I have several of them. I probably have 4 or 5 green ones, and I have a few other colors, and I just love these. I love to clean with these, and wiping everything down with a paper towel just because everything was still pretty wet, and I didn't want it to take too long to dry because I felt like it would just attract more dust if it was wet. So wiped it down. But gonna take a minute now to go through my entire kitchen, wiping down all of the cabinets, making sure that they're nice and clean, and then we'll move on to the next part of our deep clean in the kitchen. When Danny and I were designing our kitchen space, one of the things that was a non-negotiable for me, besides the white cabinets, was to have drawers on the bottom. This was not something we had in our previous home. It wasn't something I've had in any home, but it was really important to me just because I feel like it's so easy to use. And this is our forever home. We plan to spend the rest of our lives here, and I wanted something that was going to be easy, no matter if I'm 40 or 80. I wanted to easily easily be able to get to the items in my cabinets. And so having the drawers just seemed like the best option because I'm utilizing the entire space, and I really, really am so happy with this choice. So if you are renovating your kitchen or designing a kitchen and you haven't considered drawers, I would highly, highly recommend them. I feel like it made all the difference in my home, in my kitchen, and I actually regret not putting in the drawers over in the coffee bar area because it just makes the space so much more usable. You use every inch of the cabinet. So I love them and would highly recommend them. And I think I've said that in a lot of videos, but I still feel that way. I feel like every day I feel more like that. I just am so thankful to have these drawers here. So the pulls that are on my cabinets I purchased. I think I got these on Amazon. I had originally found them at Home Depot, and then when we decided that it was what we were going to use, I purchased them in bulk on Amazon. I will try to have them linked for you in my Amazon storefront. I'll try to get a close-up. When this goes live on YouTube, I'll try to post a close-up on my Instagram. Make sure you're following me there at Charlotte Grove Farmhouse, and I'd love to show you, like, they do have a lot of detail on them, so I'd love to show that to you over on Instagram. So make sure you're following me there.
You try to get some sleep if you give up the fight, if only just for a bit. There's a new day to leave behind your troubles. There's a new day and it will set you free. There's a new day to get you through your struggles. I will always think of you and me.
Another key design element when we were planning out our kitchen were these two big drawers here in the middle of this section. We needed a place that could hold big stock pots. We have a big lobster pot, and I just wanted a space that would, be big enough for big items. I technically think I could probably fit my Instant Pot in one of these drawers, but that just lives in my pantry, which is in that room right there behind me with the black door. But that top big drawer houses all of my large stock pots and extra pots and pans. And then the bottom large drawer has all of my baking items in it. So when we were designing our kitchen, which it is custom designed, every part of the kitchen is custom designed, I wanted to make sure that we included space for those larger items. So if you are designing a space, make sure you think about all of the kitchen cookware and gadgets that you have and anything you may want to have, and make sure that you have a space for all of that.
There will be new ways. This is not the end.
Another design element in our kitchen that I wanted that was going to help elevate the look without elevating the price were these cabinets here above the refrigerator and the pantry cabinet to the left of the refrigerator. So the cabinet above the fridge, that's pretty common. That's something that most people typically have. The difference that we did here was we pulled it forward so that it was flush with the refrigerator instead of being pushed back. And that just helped it to look like a custom space. And then the pantry beside it here that I'm cleaning now, we did the same thing with that. We pulled it out so that it wasn't pushed back. The actual cabinet itself is not deeper. It's just that it's pulled away from the wall a little bit, and you can't tell because of the piece that's on the end that's connected to the wall, so it looks like it's all one size. But these cabinets are actually just mounted a little bit away from the wall, so that way they are flush with the refrigerator. So if you're doing something like that, you want refrigerator depth versus cabinet depth, and it just makes a huge difference. So I love that space. And since we're over here, I figured I might as well get this refrigerator cleaned. This is something I need to do all the time. I don't do it as often as I should because sometimes it just feels like, do I really want to do this? Is this really important right now? I could be doing something else, or I could be scrubbing this refrigerator for the 100th time today when I know little tiny hands are going to be all over it. I do not stop my children from getting snacks through the day, or water, or drinks, or ice, or whatever. And so there's always going to be handprints all over my refrigerator. And, you know, the saying goes that one day you're going to miss those things. So I'm trying not to, worry too much about those little things like fingerprints all over the place, because I know there's going to come a day where there'll be less of them. I hope that my children stay nice and close, and, maybe those little tiny fingerprints that are, here now will be gone for a short period of time, and then they'll be replaced by all my gorgeous grandbabies. The next area that I'm going to wipe down is my favorite part of my kitchen, and that is this hutch cabinet. This was actually my husband's idea. Thank God for Danny. It's such a good idea. He actually got the idea from my cousin Susan. She has a cabinet like this in her kitchen. However, her glass is not see-through, so it's actually more functional for her. She's got, a lot of good storage space in there because you can't see it all, where mine is more of a decorative space. But I absolutely love this space. I love to decorate it. I feel like it just brings such a cozy feel to my kitchen. And I don't have a lot of wall space to, have a lot of other types of decor, but I love a lot of decor. I'm a more is more kind of person, so having this space here is just so nice. And because the glass is, clear and it still gets a ton of light in there, I have plants on every shelf in there. I think I have 5 plants in that cabinet, and they're all thriving and doing really well. So love that area. Gonna move on over to my pantry door. Now, this door was another custom design decision. I had seen a picture on Pinterest of a a pantry door like this with the window panes. This is a 9 window, I believe. This is a very narrow door. So if you have a normal size door, it'll probably be a 12 pane or 15. But this is just a tiny little door here. So I actually ordered this from Home Depot. It was around $200, and we painted it in the color Tricorn Black by Sherwin-Williams. And I knew I wanted like an anchoring piece that was going to make the kitchen feel really cozy. And I wanted elements of black since we were doing the brick backsplash. So I feel like this door really brought that in, and it just looks really nice. I did put a gold bronze colored handle on the door, just as something a little bit different. All my other doors have black handles, and obviously didn't want to put black on there. So I just felt like having the gold was appropriate, and it looked really, really nice. So I love this door so much. I get a lot of compliments on it, so thank you. I feel like it was a really good design touch. My husband wasn't sure, but now that it's there, he absolutely loves it. And this is another space that gets a ton of fingerprints, but I'm okay with that. moving on to the stove, I think I've mentioned in previous videos, this is probably one of my least favorite chores, is cleaning the stove. It does make a big impact though, especially because I use it so often, but I just don't enjoy cleaning it. I should be better. I should do it all the time and then it wouldn't be a big deal, but because I don't enjoy it, I let it go a little too long and then it kind of gets backed up. So it was not bad this day at all because my mom was actually visiting and she had just scrubbed it down the day before. So now I'm just kind of cleaning up all the stainless steel parts on it. I'm using the Wyman stainless steel cleaner. I actually purchased this usually from TJ Maxx or Home Goods. They always have it there for like $3. And I use it even on the glass part of the door. It makes it super shiny and it does a really nice job. So we're just gonna get this all shined up and then we'll move on. One part of the stove we're not cleaning that needs to happen is the oven. I have got to do it, and we are hosting Thanksgiving this year, so I need to do it sooner than later. You're going to see that in a future video. It definitely needs it. We cook a lot of homemade pizzas in this oven, so it definitely needs to be cleaned, but I do not enjoy cleaning the oven. So I'm going to be doing some research about easy ways. If you guys have some ideas, holler at me down below in the comment section. I would love to do something that is easy because I do not enjoy cleaning that oven. So let me hear all of your awesome ideas. One part of the oven we are going to clean is this bottom drawer here and right underneath it. So this drawer gets touched a lot with toes as we're cooking and whatnot. And as you see, there's a little piece of plastic still left on. And I'm picking up hair from the floor because there was a bunch of stuff underneath there. So we're just gonna get that wiped off and then we're gonna clean the floor underneath because it was yucky. But that was a whole lot better. Probably the one item in my kitchen that has more fingerprints than anything else is my dishwasher. And that's because my kids are the ones unloading and loading it. So my little children, my 3 little boys, they are 10, 8, and 6, about to be 7. Their job is to empty the dishwasher every day. So that is what they do. So they're constantly touching it. And then my oldest son, it's his job to do the dishes after dinner and to load up the dishwasher. And while he's doing that, my daughter's putting away all of the food, gathering up all the dishes for him, scraping them all, and then putting all the food away and cleaning all the counters and everything. So that dishwasher gets touched a lot. All right, moving into the trash cabinet. Now this drawer, cabinet, whatever you want to call it, another area that gets used a lot and is absolutely trashed. So no pun intended. We're going to clean this area up. So I'm just spraying it down here really quickly, and then we're going to take a clean microfiber cloth and we're going to wipe this down. It's not the same one I used for the cabinets, but it's the same type. I do believe they come in 2 packs when you buy them at the Dollar Tree. So that's what we're using. But inside of this cabinet, it gets really dirty and lots of food and whatever else from the actual trash. So we're just going to wipe this down really good. And then we're going to clean out the actual trash can as well, because that gets really dirty too. And then this whole area will be like new. just like that, the trash cabinet is back to being clean, and we get to put a new bag in, and it feels so much better. So glad I finally got that checked off my list. It was a long time coming. Now we're going to move into dusting. So I'm just going to kind of take this clean, dry microfiber rag, and we're just going to dust everything off. So mostly things just kind of get a little bit dusty, and the things closest to the stove like this might get a little bit oily. This one here was, so I'm actually using a wet microfiber cloth to clean that off. But for the most part, everything just needs a little wipe down, because things get dusty in the kitchen and, you know, everywhere in your house. That's just a part of having, you know, decorative pieces. But I like that. I like to have a lot of decorative pieces. I feel like it makes the space feel really warm and inviting and lived in, and I love it. So I know somebody's going to ask me about these canisters. These are from Hobby Lobby. They are my favorite part of my kitchen decor. I purchased them about 2 to 2.5 years ago. I actually found the last one right before we left Las Vegas. So I am so sorry that I cannot link these for you, and I have not seen them available again at Hobby Lobby, but if I ever do, I promise you I will let you know right away, because they are very well loved and I get a lot of compliments on them. So thank you. And I so wish that I could you know, link these for you, because I know that they are beautiful, and I love how, you know, they're not perfect and the color is fantastic. They're that really great cream color. So that little plant riser there is from Michael's, although I've seen ones very, very similar at Target. And the little plant there is just one of my pothos plants, with a really cute little vase from TJ Maxx. So now we're moving to the other side of the kitchen, the other counter space, and I'm just wiping down the items in this tray. The tray is from Target. It was actually, I bought it on clearance. It was on clearance for $20 last summer, I believe. And then the recipe holder is from Hobby Lobby. And this little egg holder I actually got on Amazon, and those wooden eggs are from the Target dollar spot. And then these two items here, the little bowl is from Home Goods. I think so is the creamer pitcher. And then that spoon I got at an antique shop. This cake stand I got at IKEA. I did talk about this in a recent video. I love it. Look at back there. There's some random potatoes. I checked them. They freaked me out at first because I wanted to make sure there wasn't anything growing out of them or coming out of them, but just some potatoes that had fallen behind there. So this is why you got to move your decor and clean it every now and again, because stuff gets stuck back there. So just wiping that all down, including this dough bowl here that I have. That has some wooden pieces along with some faux eucalyptus. So when you're wiping down your kitchen, don't forget to do your plugs, and I have a lot of night lights here. Make sure you clean those. So last thing we're going to do is dust my plants. They need a good dusting too, and I'm spraying them down with Miracle Grow's Leaf Shine. And this stuff just works really, really well. You spray it on and just kind of gently wipe it off. Make sure you're using a clean microfiber cloth or paper towel or washcloth, not something that has any other kind of cleaning product on it, because that will definitely damage your plant and can potentially kill your plant or give it some kind of disease. So make sure you're using a clean washcloth or, you know, microfiber cloth like I'm using here, and you are cradling the leaves when you wipe them down. So as you see here, I'm holding the back of the leaf and I'm just giving it a good little wipe down. That way I'm not worried about the leaf falling off. And look, there's a new growth. So excited. And I lied to you about that being the last thing. The last thing, I think, I shouldn't say that because I don't know. But the next thing is scrubbing down my sink. Now, I tried so hard to give you a good close view of the marks that my sink gets, because in these shots it just looks so incredibly white, but the truth is it does get like metal marks along the bottom. And I have gotten a lot of great suggestions about putting towels in the sink and getting, you know, a rack for the sink. I like the look of just the sink, and my son is the one doing the dishes most of the time, and so I think that the towel at the bottom gets forgotten. But it's really, really simple to get those marks up, because I just put a little bit of Barkeeper's Friend down there, give it a good scrub, and it comes right up. So if you have a sink like that, give that a try. And you can also bleach your sink. That is something I do fairly regularly as well. So we're going to go ahead and wipe down these counters, and then we're both going to be surprised to see what comes next. I guess the only thing that makes sense to come next is the floors. Duh. I completely forgot about that part, but you definitely want to work your way from the top down. So start, with the highest areas like your cabinets and things like that, and then work your way down. So that's what we're doing now. I'm just going to do a quick vacuum, and that rug there that is underneath my sink, that is from Target. It is a jute rug, but it is one that has like the microfiber in it, or maybe it's rubber. I don't know. It's supposed to be one of those like shock absorbing, but it is so dirty. I'm going to try to clean it, but if I can, it was only $20 at Target, so I may look for a new one because so much has been dropped on it. It is just really dirty. So we'll see what ends up happening, but we're just going to give the floor a good vacuum from all that dusting and everything that we did. And then we're going to do my second least favorite chore next to cleaning the stove, and that is mopping. We're going to give this floor a good mop. I'm using the O-Cedar mop. I do put a little bit of laundry soap in the water just to give it a really nice clean smell, and it helps to just take up any areas on the floor that are a little bit sticky or anything like that. There's my little people. There's Griffin. I'm telling him, hurry up, go through, buddy, go. There's always people. They always make a cameo, don't they? I told you we live here, so this is how stuff gets done. I just keep going. I just push through and work around them. So let's go ahead and finish mopping the floor. That is it, my friends. The kitchen is spotless and gleaming from the top to the bottom. I am so thankful that I got this done. It really, really needed a good wipe down. And this is something, like I said, I try to do every couple of months because, man, it does add up after a while. So I hope that this video brought you motivation to scrub down an area in your home that really needs it. If you're feeling like it's got some neglecting that's been happening, maybe it's time to give that area a good scrub down yourself. So hope this gives you the motivation and relaxation you're looking for today. I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel and everyone who has been watching my videos. I can't thank you enough for all this recent growth. It has been so much fun watching the channel grow, and I'm so excited for what the future has to bring. Thank you again, my friends. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you in the next one. Take good care of yourself. Bye-bye, my friends. Hello my friends, and welcome back to another video. My name is Tiffany, and in today's video we are finally going to be working on some fall decorating. I was actually going to put this off for another week, but I just could not wait. I have been dying to get things up, and the leaves are starting to change all around where I live, all up and down my driveway and all along my drive to work. And I figured I better get on it. So if you are here for it, grab a snack, a cup of coffee, and let's get started. To decorate the house today, we're going to be using all of the things that you saw in my fall decor haul, along with some things that I've purchased along the way. My mom and I have done some shopping at the Dollar Tree. We've also made some trips to Hobby Lobby and Michael's, so we've got some extra things, but we're going to get ourselves in the mood by using this Mrs. Meyer's Acorn Spice multi-purpose spray. Now, I am not typically one for like a pumpkin spice smell, but this actually smells pretty good. I don't know if I'll buy it again. I think I'm more of an apple cider girl, but I did like it and it did get me in the mood. So just filling this up in the glass spray bottle I purchased at Walmart. You can find this in their laundry section. And then we're going to clean all of the counters, and the kitchen was pretty much clean. It was really just to get the scent and get in the mood.
There's a new day that will come again tomorrow. There's a new day to wash away the pain. There's a new day to take away your sorrow and the old ways get washed out by the rain. Darling, you've got to keep holding on through the night, 'cause I promise you this: if you try to get some sleep, if you give up the fight, if only just for a bit, there's a new day to leave behind your trouble.
In last Wednesday's video, you saw me organize all of this decor into these clear bins. I had it all stored in the guest room closet, just taking up valuable space, but I did get it all organized. I used these clear bins from Walmart. I find these to be the most beneficial because you can actually see what's inside, and they're really big, and they're very light and really affordable. I think they were less than $10 each. So really, really a good price and a good steal. So what I'm doing now is I'm just kind of going through the bins, and I'm pulling out pieces that I think that I'm going to want to use. In today's decor video, we are only focusing on my kitchen, dining room, and coffee bar area. So I'm just grabbing some pieces that I think will look good in my kitchen, in the hutch, on the shelves in there, as well as on the floating shelves in my coffee bar area. And I'm also going through these two bags here that have a lot of items from the Dollar Tree that I did not get a chance to haul, but I'll make sure to show you all of the items as we go along.
It is waiting for us. There's a new day waiting round the bend. There's a new day, and it will restore us. There'll be new ways. This is not.
First things first, we're going to start with this vase on my dining room table. Now this demijohn I purchased at Home Goods, and it's giant. I don't know if you can tell how big this thing is, but it's really, really big. Because the neck piece is so long, these pumpkin florals that I purchased at Michael's, they didn't go in very far, but that's okay. I love the look of them, even if, you know, the stems don't go all the way to the bottom. I just love the color, and to give them a little bit more of a full look, I did put those hydrangea pieces back into the arrangement. I just felt like it made it look a little bit more full, and maybe as we get closer to fall or closer, you know, into Thanksgiving time, I might take those out and just leave the pumpkins. But for now, I thought it made it look, you know, a little bit more full and very, very pretty. Next up, we're moving into this two-tiered shelf that I have here on the wall. I'm starting with this sweet pick that I purchased at Michael's. It does say pumpkin patch. I love it so much. It's wooden, so cute. We're going to stick it up here in the faux fern. And then we're also going to bring in this beautiful copper pumpkin from the Dollar Tree. And we're just going to add that down here to this bottom section. And then I wanted to put those wooden spoons into this cute little galvanized pitcher. However, they kind of fell in. So I just grabbed some paper towels, shoved them down there to the bottom. And then I was able to put the spoons on top of that, and you'd still be able to see them. So that's what we're doing now. And I love how this turned out. It is so incredibly sweet. I love to decorate this little area, just a little bit of touch, and it looks really, really pretty. Next up, we're going to work on the area by my sink. We're using these beautiful faux florals from Michael's, and they look very similar to the ones that I have in here now, except that they are that beautiful burnt yellow color and absolutely beautiful, perfect for fall. So I'm just taking the tag off, and then I'm going to take what I have out and see how we're doing. So here's how they would look without a little extra, but I decided to put the eucalyptus in there as well, just to make it nice and full. Plus I love the look of the eucalyptus, and this is just really simple. This copper pitcher I got at TJ Maxx. I could not pass it up. I did buy it with the intention of actually using it, but it just looks so pretty in my kitchen and adds such a touch of warmth that I can't have it just put away. It's got to be out here, and it looks so pretty with flowers in it. I purchased this sweet little ceramic white pumpkin plate from the Dollar Tree, and I thought it would be perfect here on my stove. So replacing my spoon rest for now with this beautiful little pumpkin one. And then I'm adding in these sweet little picks from the Dollar Tree as well, that one there with the knitted pumpkin. Adding that into the little utensil bowl there. And then we're also going to add in another fuzzy pumpkin. This one's from Target. I just had to figure out where it was going, and I love how this turned out. Again, just little touches of fall do the trick. So very cute. Moving over to the other section in my kitchen, I decided to remove the white flowers. And again, we're going to add in some of these yellow florals from Michael's. And I wasn't sure exactly if I wanted to leave it like that or if I wanted to add more. I'm gonna add in this really cute rattan pumpkin as well as this pick with the white. They're like velvet pumpkins. They're both from the Dollar Tree. So love how those look. They just added a little touch in there. They needed a little something else. And can't go wrong with pumpkin picks. And then I decided to replace the eggs with another pumpkin. And then I decided to bring the eggs back, but the eggs don't stay. I do end up changing it here and later on in the video. So the eggs don't stay, but here's how it looks for now. Moving on to the big dough bowl, say that 10 times fast, on my counter. I'm bringing in these two pumpkins from the Target dollar section. The white one is a little bit larger than this really pretty orange one, but love the colors that they bring. And I'm just kind of adjusting the towels here to lay it a little more flat. And we're gonna lay those in there. I do believe that this does get adjusted as well, so stay tuned. Next up, I wanted to show you this cute little pie. It's a fake pie that my mom and I made. We followed a tutorial by Mother Time, and it came out really cute. This is another area that does end up getting kind of changed up a bit. So this sweet little pumpkin, knitted pumpkin there, is from the Dollar Tree, and it came with a clip. It comes with 3. But I took it off just to kind of put it in there. And I did have that riser. I purchased that at Hobby Lobby. It was part of their spring shop. I got it on clearance. And just to add a little bit of height and interest. And then I added that fuzzy pumpkin from the Target dollar spot. Another pumpkin from the Target dollar section is this fuzzy one here that I added to my little plant stand, and we're just going to mess with that here really quickly, and then we're going to add in another one to bring in some color. This is a faux leather pumpkin that I purchased at the Dollar Tree, and again I'm just taking off the clip so that I can add it here, and I just love the little warm touches that it adds to this stand. Now I'm heading back over to the cake stand. I wasn't happy with how it turned out, so I'm actually using this other fake pie that we made, again following a Mother Time tutorial. But don't worry, that other cute pie does come back into play. Don't worry. So here's how this is looking now. And now we're going to work on the hutch shelves. So I purchased these beautiful florals from Michael's, of course, and I decided I wanted to leave things pretty much the way they are because I did recently just redo this area and I love how it turned out. So I'm just replacing the florals. I took down that little glass cloche and took the bird out and added in a pumpkin from Michael's, adding in again more of those beautiful orange yellow florals, and then I added in that sweet sign there from the Target dollar spot. Again, just focusing on bringing in touches of the fall colors, but leaving pretty much everything the same, just to warm the space up a bit. So closing the windows there, or the doors, to make sure that you can see everything, and I love the way this turned out. Just nice little touches of fall. I did end up bringing in another little pumpkin from the Dollar Tree just to bring in some more color down there to the bottom shelf. Now I'm going to head back over to the little tray where I put down this sweet crock I got at Goodwill for $2. I just love the color. And we're also going to replace the towel on the stove. Now we're going to move into my coffee bar area. So this area is probably another one of my favorite ones to decorate. And we're just going to take down the things that are there. It needed some good adjusting anyway because I had stolen some decor from this area to add to the new shelf in my living room. And I haven't quite adjusted over here yet. So I'm going to move things around a whole lot. We're just going to try things, put them up, take them down, put them up, take them down until we find what we think looks the best. I have since adjusted things just a little bit, and I might adjust them a little bit more. I don't love the way it all turned out, so stay tuned. We might be, changing things just a little bit, but for the most part, what you see at the end of this video is how it stayed. For the most part, I think I have added a new mug or two, so we're just going to go ahead and decorate these shelves. And like I said, we're going to move things around a lot. I did find that cute little pumpkin patch sign at Hobby Lobby, I believe. That was not in my haul. The thankful plate was, however, in my haul, I do believe. So again, just play with your decor. If, doesn't look right the first time. I think when I purchase things, I have an idea of where it's going to go, but I really don't know until I actually try. So, try things out, move things around, and you'll get there. You'll find what works for you. That sign there is from the Target dollar spot, I believe. Wait, or is that one from the Dollar Tree? That one might actually be from the Dollar Tree. It is a little glittery, but you can't really tell. And that wooden little pumpkin there is also from the Dollar Tree. I love it. That oil can is from an antique shop that I purchased up in New Hampshire. Moving over to the other shelf now. Again, I came in here thinking I had a plan, but things do get moved around quite a bit. That little sign there is also from Michael's. I think actually that one might be from Hobby Lobby. I purchased that when I was out with my mom. So we're putting up the thankful plate here. We're going to add that pumpkin sign back up because it's so dang cute. The little pumpkin itself is metal and kind of shakes, so it's like a 3D board. I love it. And then for this other section, I wasn't sure what I wanted, so I just brought in some more of those pumpkins from the Dollar Tree, and I think it turned out pretty cute. Moving down to the mug section, I'm removing my mugs there from Hearth and Hand, and I'm keeping the Moscow Mule mug because I like the copper color. And we're also going to add the Let's Get Cozy mug. That one's from the Hobby Lobby. And then I did pull out my other floral mug here that I thought would be appropriate because of the colors. And then finally, we're going to bring in this towel that says "You are the pumpkin to my spice." This came with the other towel I have in my kitchen. Thought it was cute, even though I don't even like pumpkin spice. I thought it was cute over here. Moving to the other side, I have this cute creamer pitcher and these adorable little acorn picks that I got at Hobby Lobby. And I'm using the creamer pitcher backwards so you don't see the words, but I thought it was cute to house the little picks. I do end up taking out one of those syrups, which as you can see, we don't even use. They're really just there for decor at this point. I think I actually removed them both because they're not getting used. That salt and pepper holder there is actually from TJ Maxx. It's chipped on the bottom, so I got it at super discount, but I knew that it was just going to be for decor. I wasn't actually going to use it, so I didn't mind that it was a little broken. And then the little shelf that it's sitting on is from the Target dollar spot. I got that in the spring. And now we're just going to bring in some pumpkins. These are from the Dollar Tree. Again, these are ones that had the little clip and I had removed those. So I'm just adding these in for color and texture. And I knew I wanted to bring in this sweet little pumpkin patch sign and decided to hang it here. I thought it was so cute. I love how this turned out. This is probably one of my favorite little areas that I've decorated so far. Then I changed out those little pumpkins for this bigger one here from Target, and I love how this turned out. It's so stinking cute. Next up, I have this cute little cloche here that I got at an antique shop, and I'm bringing back that little pie that I had made before, and I'm adding it in here. It actually fit perfectly in this little cloche. How cute is this? And I'm setting it up here in the windowsill. I love it. We're hosting Thanksgiving this year, and I thought this will be such a cute area to decorate. It'll be like our drink bar. It'll be so pretty, and it's so festive already. I just love it.
Holding my hand, how could I feel your touch? 'Cause you were nowhere near. I know I'm impatient, but baby, give me a chance. We'll do whatever you say. I can't afford to cry any more tears. You turn into all my fears. I want you here with me. I want you here with me.
No cozy decorate with me would be complete without a candle, of course. So I'm bringing in a candle I purchased last year during the candle sale at Bath & Body Works. This is white pumpkin. Like I said, I'm not a huge pumpkin fan, but this one just smells absolutely delicious. It's very sweet smelling, so seems appropriate. I also love the colors, and I'm putting it here on this wood beaded riser from Hobby Lobby. Moving into our final little touches of today's Decorate With Me, I'm working over here on my little greenhouse. I'm adding in this sweet little plush pumpkin from Michael's, as well as changing out our hand soap. I'm adding in this pumpkin cupcake from Bath & Body Works, and that is going to complete our fall decorate here in the kitchen, the dining room, as well as the coffee bar. I love how warm and cozy this feels with touches of those beautiful warm colors. I'm excited for the wonderful things that the new season is going to bring. This makes me excited too for the school year. Every time the school year starts, it really does feel like fall is here, especially now that I live on the East Coast and the weather is already starting to change. The mornings are cool and breezy, and the leaves are slowly starting to turn. I just love it. Thank you so much for spending some of your day here with me. I hope you found this video motivating, and I look forward to seeing you again. Have a great day, my friends. Hello my friends, and welcome back to another Sunday Reset video. My name is Tiffany, and I'm so excited to have you joining me today. In today's video, we're going to be putting my messy house back together. Oh man, we are on week 2 of back to school, and we are struggling with finding our rhythm. So let's go ahead and get this entirely messy house back together. I'm going to start today by working smarter, not harder. So I'm going to get everything picked up off the floor, and we're going to get the robot vacuum going. Oh my gosh, you guys. Like I said, this was week 2 of back to school, and we are still finding our rhythm. It is so hard to find time to do all the things and be an active parent and be, a good school counselor. And we've got sports. Everything is back, full force. We're back into soccer. My 5th grader is doing cross country this year. Dance is back in full force. Not to mention, we've had a little bit of a rocky start to our school year, but we're finding our way. If you are the praying kind, I would love for some kind thoughts towards my kiddos as we go into this school year. It seems like the anxiety levels this year are just super high. I don't know if you're finding that in your own children or in yourself, but I definitely see it with my own children and with my students. So definitely send some positive vibes, some good words, some positive thoughts, all that good stuff. And a good prayer would be nice. So Now that we've got the vacuum going, we're going to go over here into my laundry room and get the laundry flipped over. Now, this day was a little bit wacky, you guys. I literally had just gotten back from a soccer game. If you notice, my arms are all red because I did not put sunblock on. But I had just gotten back from my littlest soccer game. It was opening day. And so my arms are all red. So I came home. I did a little bit of cleaning while he played his second game. And then they came home. I fed them lunch. We headed back out for Griffin's game. And then we came home and headed back out for Ronan's game. So it has been a day. But in between, I needed to make sure I was getting things done. So the funny thing is, you guys, these videos are filmed not just for you, but they truly are for me. This really is my weekend reset. That's why you see a lot of the same stuff, because it really is what I do every weekend. It really is me just trying to get our lives back together and in order and prepped to start the next week, because our weeks are crazy busy and I've got to make sure they're moving, smoothly. They definitely don't move slowly. We're moving back over here into the great room area, and we're going to get all of these things put away. There's dishes that were drying. There's, all kinds of stuff that just needs to find a way, to where it needs to go. On top of all that soccer gear that you see there on the counter, as well as the table. My husband also coaches 2 of our boys' soccer teams, so it's a little bit crazy at our house. And I want you to know, my friends, that I keep it as real as possible in these videos. So I don't do pre-cleaning. I don't do, I don't try to hide anything from you. This is real life. This is what my house looks like. This is actually not that bad, after a long, crazy week. It definitely gets a little bit messy, and that's okay. A lot of bit messy most days, and that's all right, because this is where we live. I'd rather us all be comfortable and feel happy here than worry about it always being spotless. I know that I can clean that up later, so that's what we're going to be working on. Now, I will be truthful and honest with you. We do have my in-laws' anniversary party coming up here in a couple weekends, and we are hosting about 60 people, and we've got quite a few people staying here, and I am panicking a little bit about making sure that I have enough time to get the house clean for visitors. It's different when it's your clean versus visitors clean. But at the same time, I honestly this morning thought to myself, if I had to have people over right now, would it be okay? Absolutely. The house is, we always think that it needs to be better, but it really is perfectly fine and appropriate for visitors to come visit. So we are looking forward to that. I've definitely got a big to-do list. Next week is Ryan's birthday party. He turns 7 next week. So I've got all of that prep to do. It's just a little bit hectic right now, but that's okay. Stay tuned. I'll try to bring you along with as much of that prep as I can. Moving into the kitchen, I don't normally do the putting away of the dishes in the dishwasher. However, like I said, everybody has been out of the house this morning. So Danny was gone literally from about 7:40 this morning, and he came back intermittently to eat a little bit of food, but his whole entire day didn't end until about 5:30. So it was crazy this day, but I am just taking a quick second to put these dishes away for my kiddos and to get the other dishes done. The only nice thing about right now is I was alone in the house, so at least it was quiet. I had my mood music on, which is just some bossa nova, elevator music in the background, mindless, relaxing music that keeps me calm and relaxed, and it was really enjoyable. think I've mentioned to you in the past that I absolutely despise doing dishes, which sounds crazy considering how many kiddos we have, but doing dishes is just my very least favorite chore. I don't know, I guess it's not really my least favorite. I would prefer to do this over mopping the floor, but it definitely is one of those I don't enjoy doing. I think that's because it's hard to feel satisfaction when it's like never ending. It's one of those things where you get it done and there's already more in the sink. My kiddos are typically pretty good as long as the dishwasher is dirty and I give them a gentle reminder. They'll put their things in the dishwasher when they're done, but a lot of times the dishwasher is running or clean. Sometimes we run our dishwasher twice a day because there are 7 of us, so it fills up rather quickly, especially with all those coffee mugs and cups and everything. So, you know, it is what it is. Finally, I'm just going to finish washing up those items that can't go in the dishwasher, and then we'll be able to move on to the rest of the chores. This wooden bowl here is from Hobby Lobby. I got this maybe last summer or the summer before, and my thought was to use it to hold my fruit. However, what I will say is I think because the wood is so porous, it does make my fruit go bad a little bit faster, I feel. I could be crazy, but I did get something new to hold my fruit, so we'll see if my theory is right. Just grabbing some Barkeeper's Friend now to scrub out the sink. I did finally get the liquid version of this because I ran out of the powder. And I will say that I absolutely despise the scent of this. Oh man, it reminds me of taking an antibiotic as a child. It just smells so chalky and gross. But that's okay. It really does an excellent job. It's a soft scrub, so it's not going to put scratches or anything if you wanted to use it like on your stainless steel or on your pots and pans. But it does an excellent job at getting the sink really, really white. I've also used it on my countertops. If there's been, there was permanent marker once on my countertops that got it off. It's a really great cleaning product. So if you don't have Barkeeper's Friend in your house, absolutely get it. It works wonders, but just be prepared that the liquid version does not have a very good smell. So if you're adverse to that like I am, I have a really strong sniffer. Not today. Today it's all nice and stuffy, but most days I can smell everything really well. So going to use this delicious smelling cleaner now. This is the apple cider cleaner from Mrs. Meyer's. I just picked this up at Target. There's my son coming home from soccer saying hello. They're back for snacks. But this apple cider cleaner, it smells so good. I like something that smells like fall, but that doesn't smell like a pumpkin spice. I just can't do that. That's just too much smell for me. It gives me a headache, but the apple cider smells absolutely delicious and very festive. Moving on over to the coffee bar, doing my usual cleaning of the coffee. Definitely some splash as usual. I did have a comment on my previous video about my previous Sunday reset about getting a drip pan replacement on Amazon. I am working on it. Every time I think about it, like right now when I'm cleaning this, I don't go do it. But you know what? While I'm thinking about it right now while I'm editing, I should go do it. I'm running behind those, so I shouldn't do it right now. I should finish this and then go do it, which then I'll forget. It's the, how it works. But just getting it clean. I decided to remove that towel. It just felt a little busy. I'm wiping down the sugar dish and just getting everything nice and clean. And then we're going to rearrange this area a little bit. Like I said, I got a new tiered tray or tiered tower, tiered basket tray. I don't know what we're going to call it, but to hold my fruit. And I'm removing the espresso machine. Now, I don't use this really ever. It's a very cheap espresso machine that I am not pleased with. So honestly, I'll probably just try to sell it, but I'm just going to clean up this area and we're going to bring over that tiered basket. I did get it at Michael's and I did get it for 50% off. It's part of their fall decor. I had my eye on it from the second that I saw it. I loved the chicken wire baskets. I thought they were so cute. I'm such a sucker for chicken wire. And it probably looks black in this shot right here, but it is like a, I don't know, like a brown color or tan color. I considered spray painting it black. In fact, I spent a good 20 minutes looking for my black spray paint. However, I'm really glad that I didn't. I like the softness that the brown color brings. I put my turtle shell plant there at the top, and then I'll have fruits in those other two baskets once my groceries get delivered. So stay tuned. I absolutely love it. It'll look really cute once it's full. It's a little empty right now, but I think it's going to look really, really cute. Next up, we're back to switching over the laundry. So I'm just going to fold these clothes as they come out of the dryer. Sometimes that's, easier for me. Sometimes I bring it into my bedroom and I do it all on my bed. There's been a lot of times recently I've been doing it at the counter in my kitchen because it's much higher. But it just depends on the day. This is later on in the day, by the way. We're back now from another soccer game. And it was a good day of soccer, that is for sure. Like I said, it's been a crazy week. I went to the doctor to get my ankles finally looked at, and I do have a referral now to the podiatrist. Got an appointment at the end of the month. I'm really praying, you guys, they don't say that I'm going to need surgery because that's really going to be terrible. And I don't know how we're going to film when that happens, but we'll take it one day at a time. My ankles, if you ever notice, they're full of fluid and they definitely are injured. I'm not sure by what. It might just be normal wear and tear. We will see, but definitely got to get those taken care of. Anyway, I just took the rug from the powder room, put it back in there. I try to wash that regularly. And I know I'm going to get comments about flipping the doors on my washer and dryer. So we flipped the door on the dryer. That's the one closest to the garage. However, I cannot flip the door on the washing machine. That would make sense to put the washer on the other side. However, it does vent out onto my front porch, and I didn't want the vent right next to the front door. So it is what it is. We make it work. It's really not a big deal. I am super used to it. And considering that it really is just me doing the laundry most of the time, and my teenagers, they do their own clothes, but I've gotten used to it and it works. I make it work. right, we're going to head into the living room now. I did have the Yeti vacuum going. If you need a robot vacuum, I'll have that linked for you down below. It is incredible. I love it so very much. It's such a great little vacuum. And it does a great, when I remember to turn it on, it does a great job of doing the work while I'm doing other things. It doesn't get under my sideboard here because of that bar that you see across the bottom. So I'm just taking my vacuum, my handheld vacuum with the nozzle to, get the trash and the hair. The other two items, the ball and the little fake mouse, those are cat toys. So those get left, but everything else gets vacuumed up. As well as over here in this other vignette area, I'm just cleaning up any of the hair, as well as the little pieces from my cat's scratching post. So cleaning all of that up. And then we'll get everything put back down where it was. I've got my big pothos plant here, which is the mother of probably 70% of my other pothos in my house. And I actually just recently trimmed her again and have some more propagating. So I like to give them away. I like to plant new plants. My daughter wants to have a bunch in her room. So we're working on propagating her some new plants. I just love having plants everywhere. It just feels very fresh, and it's a beautiful color, brings, warmth to any room. This year, actually, in the front office at my school, which is where my office is, we've been bringing in a bunch of plants. It's been really nice. It feels very homey. So we are just going to dust off this faux fiddly fig here. This is from Michael's. I got this on super sale. It was like 66% off or something like that. And then I actually had a coupon and a voucher. So that worked out. I also have a piece of fuzz on my pants. I do see it. I wish I had seen it before I was in editing. Hopefully it's not bugging you like it's bugging me. So we're just going to get things dusted off, and then we're actually going to head into watering our plants. Now, like I said, talking about plants, that is one thing that I do. I get a lot of questions about how I keep my plants looking so healthy. And that's one of the things I will say is that I make sure that I water them every single week on the same day. So my plants get watered every Sunday. In the summer, if it's extra dry, sometimes I'll give them a little extra drink, but most of the plants in my house like to kind of be left alone. Water them when you remember, but don't overwater them. So in a minute here, when we're done putting away everything, we're going to go ahead and water the plants. I'm just putting away the nebulizer there. My son Griffin has pretty bad asthma now that we're back to soccer and running and being outside, and him and I are both suffering from allergies as usual. He's had to use the nebulizer a few times, so that happens. It's okay. Just part of having asthma. But like I said, we're just going to finish up here in the living room, and then we're going to get to watering all the plants.
There's a new day that will come again tomorrow. There's a new day to wash away the pain. There's a new day to take away your sorrow. And the old ways get washed out by the rain. Darling, you've got to keep holding on through the night, 'cause I promise you this: if you try to get some sleep, if you give up the fight, if only just for a bit, there's a new day to leave behind your troubles. There's a new day, and it will set you free. There's a new day to get you through your struggles. I will
And that is it, my friends. Thank you so much for coming along on this Sunday reset with me. I know my house started off as crazy. That might seem a little overwhelming to some, but if that happens in your house like it does in mine, just know it'll always get put away. It can always get cleaned up, but you can't replace the memories you're making with your kiddos, your family, your friends. Don't be afraid to let your house get a little messy and just enjoy your family and your life. I have a very busy 2 weeks coming up. I'm excited to take you along on that. Make sure you come back on Wednesday. We're going to be decorating the front porch for the fall. And I post new videos every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So make sure you're subscribed. Got a lot of content to keep you busy through the week. I hope you guys have a lovely week and a restful rest of your day like my sweet little animals here. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day, my friends. I'll see you soon. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another Sunday reset video. Today we're going to be doing some fall cleaning. So we're going to be doing some decorating as well as some cleaning. So I hope you're ready for it. We're getting started today here in my bedroom. I'm just stripping off my sheets. Going to get those into the wash. I do try to wash everybody's sheets every single weekend. So typically what happens is I'll wash mine and Danny's sheets first, and then I'll wash the kiddos after that. So that way everybody gets clean sheets for the start of the new week, and it's a great way to start the week. We are all back in school now, so things have been a little bit crazy and hectic again. Man, I sure do miss the lovely laziness of summer, the joy of just kind of working at your own pace, having the whole day to do what you need to get done. So luckily, my first week is only 4 days. We get Monday through Thursday, we get Friday off, then the following week we get Monday off for Labor Day. So it is nice that, you know, we do have that little bit of an ease into the school year because, man, it's hard to get back into routine. So I'm just going to go ahead and flip over the laundry now. So I've got that laundry there that's finished up that actually belongs to one of my kiddos upstairs. Gonna flip over the laundry. I had been doing laundry all the night before and got, finished up here this morning. So hopefully everybody else had a nice smooth return to school if you went back to school last week, and hopefully you've been enjoying the weather here where I live. It's been absolutely gorgeous. It's been in the high 70s, low 80s. Yesterday, it only got up to like 75. It was gorgeous. And we did a fire in my neighbor's backyard. So I sound a little bit congested this morning, but it was well worth it. I am so ready for fall. Now that school is back in session and everybody's back to wearing regular shoes instead of just Crocs and flip-flops everywhere, the shoes have definitely taken over my laundry room again, but that's okay. If you remember, quite a few videos ago, we added this lovely shoe organizer in this closet, and that has been so very helpful. I know that somebody always asks why my children don't keep their shoes in their bedroom, and that's because their bedrooms are upstairs and we don't wear shoes upstairs. So it doesn't make sense to keep their shoes up there. It makes sense to keep them down here. Danny's working on getting a locker situation in the garage, so that's where shoes will be kept eventually. But until then, this lovely shoe organizer in the closet is very helpful. My daughter keeps all hers upstairs because she has an entire shoe organizer to herself. Danny and I keep our shoes in our bedroom because our bedroom is downstairs. So back to another weekly chore here. Actually needs to be an everyday chore, but making sure I do it over the weekend is just cleaning out backpacks. They're nice and clean right now because school just got started, although I'm noticing that's back to school paperwork I had already filled out and asked my 5th grader, who is now in middle school here in our district. I asked him to return that and he didn't, so just moved it somewhere he would see it. And cleaning out backpacks just has to happen regularly. This is only 2 out of 5 backpacks. My daughter and my oldest son will clean out their own, and my 3rd grader left his in his dad's car. Well, my husband's car, who was not home at this time. So I'm only cleaning out a couple, but lots of backpacks. My oldest son's was already in the closet, and it literally felt like he had the kitchen sink in there. Holy cow. He doesn't like to go to his locker though, so I get it, but we're back to cleaning backpacks already. I can't believe it. And now we're going to move into my powder room and just going to give this a good scrub. It definitely needed it. It gets used all the time. This is the most used bathroom because everybody kind of hangs out downstairs. And my kiddos have been having their friends from down the street over a lot. So this bathroom gets used a lot. So we're just going to give it a quick little wipe down and it'll be back to shiny in no time. So in a previous video, a wonderful subscriber had mentioned that if you have a septic tank, you shouldn't be using those flushable toilet scrubbers. The package does say that they are septic friendly. However, that was kind of the only thing I needed to just let me know, like, don't flush it. And to be honest with you, I'm not really the biggest fan of them. I think they're great to give the bowl a quick little scrub, like every other day. But when it comes to like a good scrub, there is nothing better than a hardcore, these bristle brushes and some good old fashioned toilet bowl cleaner. So I definitely don't feel like that does as great of a job of cleaning out the toilet as this does, especially in where I live, because we have really hard water. So as you can see there, we still have a little bit of a pink ring no matter what we do. I'm going to have to scrub it again with the pink stuff, which did help a lot. So I'll have to do that again, but I definitely am not going to be using the flushable scrubber as often. And when I do, I just won't flush the actual piece, which kind of defeats the purpose, but it makes sense. So thank you to that lovely subscriber for letting me know. Next up, we're going to deodorize my rugs. Now, this is a lovely product that I use. It is the Arm & Hammer Fresh Odor Carpet Refresher or Carpet Deodorizer. It is fantastic. I have used this stuff for probably, I don't know, 10 years, 15 years. You can buy it actually at the Dollar Tree. I get mine auto delivered from Amazon, so I'll try to link it for you down below. But it just has a lovely smell and it helps to break up the dirt in your rugs. So put it on your rugs, let it sit there for, 10, 15 minutes, and then go back and vacuum and see what a difference it makes. I just love the fresh smell that it gives. And I do feel like it helps to make my rugs feel a little bit softer. So I'm just adding this to the rugs that I have downstairs, and then I'll come back and vacuum those in a little bit. We're going to move into the kitchen and just kind of pick up a little bit and get the space cleaned up. It really didn't need a whole lot. My kids had already done the dishes for the day. God bless them. And now it's really just going to be me kind of going through and doing the fine cleaning. I had also taken a little trip over to Hobby Lobby, so I had a few items that I wanted to decorate with. So we'll be doing that as well.
From my window, sun's coming up like the day before. You're like a stone on my pillow. I don't make a sound.
One thing I do have to say about having your kids clean up your kitchen is sometimes you have to go back and like re-clean things because they're kid clean, but they're not necessarily mom clean. That was these casserole dishes. We had made some baked salmon and I needed to go back and clean that up because it just needed a little bit more of some elbow grease to it. So I had sprayed it with the power wash there and let it sit for a little while. And then I just came in and did a quick little scrub. It really didn't need much, just a little bit, just a little bit of elbow grease. I think my son actually just rinsed these and put them in the dishwasher, which is fine most of the time, but they don't always get super clean if they're stacked a little too closely. So just went in and gave them a little extra mom clean.
Wine and the corkscrew. You don't have to do one single thing. You don't know how much I want you. Just looking at you makes my whole world spin. You don't have to wake up yet. We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon. Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed.
Next up, we're going to work on my butter crock. So this is a butter keeper that you put the butter in one side, you put a little bit of water in the other, which helps to create a seal. And this allows for your butter to stay out on the counter and stay, room temperature and spreadable. So this thing is excellent. I love it. It was a gift from my cousin Susan. When we moved in, I had one a long time ago as well, and then it broke, but they're excellent, excellent, excellent for keeping your butter nice and soft. However, you do have to clean them out regularly because it will get a little bit kind of gross in there if you're not careful. So you just want to make sure that you're scrubbing it out like once a week or once every other week, depending on how fast you use the butter inside. I typically will put one softened stick inside, so that way we guarantee we use it so that I can clean it. And as you saw in there, it gets a little bit gross, and you just got to keep it clean. And change the water regularly, probably like every other day or so. I try to change the water just every time I use it. Like if I'm cooking dinner, I'll just change the water real fast. But I leave my butter out to soften overnight, and then I just use a small spatula to just push the butter in. When it's nice and soft, it will, fit really easily into the butter crock. So you just go ahead and put your butter in there, get it nice and smooth. And then you're just going to take the other piece there, the part that says butter, and you're going to put about an inch or so of water inside, just like that. And then you're going to flip the top over. And like I said, it just creates a little seal. Your butter doesn't actually get in the water. It just creates a little seal, and it's lovely. I love that butter crock. I also had purchased this cute little pumpkin crock from maybe Home Goods. I think I got that at Home Goods. And I decided to place it there to hold my butter, or not my butter, my salt. I just thought that was a super cute way of keeping the salt, but all through the fall season. So just going to go ahead and give the counters a good wipe down, and then we're going to move on to cleaning up my stove a little bit. Not a whole lot. We don't have to do a whole deep clean, but definitely just needs a little wipe down before the start of the week. So this week was a little bit hectic, like I said, with going back to school. Danny and I both started on Monday, him with students, me just with my full staff. But our kids did not start school until Wednesday. So my daughter was babysitting for us, and she's so lovely. She helps to cook them lunch and take care of them and take them outside to play, all that good stuff. So she did a really great job of keeping the stove really clean this week. I just needed to give it a little bit of a zhuzh. The weekly cleaning, nothing too bad. But I'm very thankful that she is so responsible, and it's so nice knowing that I have, her to rely on.
There's a new day that will come again tomorrow. There's a new day to wash away the pain. There's a new day to take away your sorrow. And the old ways get washed out by the rain. Darling, you.
The last thing we're going to work on cleaning before we do a little bit more decorating is my refrigerator. Again, this is just an area in my house that needs regular cleaning. weekly, if not, twice a week. Definitely just needs a little wipe down. And I did have somebody comment to me about the dent there on my fridge. We do have a dent on our refrigerator. Unfortunately, the plumber, when he was installing our refrigerator, when they pulled it out to turn on the water to our ice maker and the water dispenser there, they kind of tapped into the island. As you can see, it's like perfect height for that. So unfortunately, we have not been able to order a door for the refrigerator. The plumber has been lovely and said he's going to pay for it. We just haven't been able to find it. So hopefully we'll be able to take care of that eventually. So this little wreath I picked up at Hobby Lobby the other day. I think it was $12.99, but it was 50% off. And I loved it because it's eucalyptus. I loved the colors. The size was perfect. It was nice and little. And I decided to put it here on the pantry door. And I think it just adds another sweet little element of fall. So warm and cozy. And I love it. I also picked up this set of cutting boards, mini cutting boards, and that cute little one that said autumn, also from Hobby Lobby, both 50% off. That set of 2 I think was $12.99, but again, 50% off. So I'm just going to change up this little section that I have here at the end of my island. Just wanted something different to look at since I hadn't updated it in a while, but I love the way it turns out. It's so cozy and adds such a warm charm to the kitchen.
It is waiting for us. There's a new day waiting round the bend. There's a new day and it will restore us. There will be new ways. This is not the end.
Funny story, while I was in there working on that little area on the island, I was actually having the kiddos clean this area off for me over here at the coffee bar. This is a place where papers get stacked, like everything gets stacked, like everything. Which I'm thankful, I guess, that I have this space so it doesn't all get piled up on the island, which sometimes it does. But this is where things get piled up. So Pokemon cards and drawings and coloring books and all of that stuff. So I had them come over here and clean it up while I was working in the kitchen, and that allowed for me to just come in and wipe it down real quick. And again, this is just another space that I'm loving since we decorated. I'm trying really hard as I'm cleaning up the house not to show you the the living room area and our entryway, because that's next. That'll be up on Wednesday. I'm trying to keep it a surprise for you, but just show you areas that you've already seen. But I absolutely love how warm and cozy our house feels right now. Moving into our dining room, I just needed to get some papers and things cleaned up. We were working on some paperwork for my son, my 5th grader. He wants to do cross country. So we were working on figuring that out, working on schedules, all that good stuff, getting his Chromebook set up for school. Like I said, this is his first year in middle school, so I'm so excited for him. It's really cool. He only has 2 teachers, so he only switches classes once in the day, except for when he goes to PE or specials. But, you know, it just kind of eases him into middle school, which is nice. And he's got his older brother who's an 8th grader there, so he feels pretty cool. But I'm sitting here at this dining room table right now while I am editing this video. I'm sitting in the chair closest to the camera, and I'm looking out the window into the backyard. And we had some really good rains over the last week, and all of the trees that were starting to turn yellow have all gone back to green. I was so excited about the change in the trees, and yet they're all going back to green, which I suppose is good. Let's prolong the summer a little bit, you know, while we can. But I am definitely ready to watch these colors change out the window. You definitely know it's coming. I'm watching the squirrels as they gather up all of the nuts. They have been going back and forth in my yard. I see they're preparing for the change of the season, but I am ready. Are you ready? Or are you clinging to the last, you know, couple of weeks that we have left of summer? I know I'm ready for the change, but I love that it's coming slowly. I like to savor it.
I've been trying everything I can, but I ain't got nothing left. I've been staring at the ceiling, I've been staying up all night.
Now it's time for us to come in and vacuum up all of that carpet deodorizer, get it nice and clean. I could use the robot vacuum, that would be perfectly fine. However, I just wasn't, I don't know why I didn't have the carpet cleaner or the robot vacuum going. I think I had things on the ground that were plugged in. I don't remember. I know my kiddos had been playing with Pokemon cards on the floor at one point, so that's why I didn't use it. But I do typically like to use it in the evening. So when Danny and I put the kids to bed and we sit down to watch TV, I'll turn it on so it'll do a good like evening cleaning, or I'll turn it on when we go to bed, which is really nice. It is wonderful to have working in the background, but I didn't use it because I think there's always children playing when I'm filming these videos. There's always somebody around, and I'm pretty sure that's why I didn't use it while I was filming.
See it clearly. Yeah, I try my best, but nothing turns out right. God, I need you now so dearly. 'Cause I've been running circles, trying to catch my breath. I've been trying everything I can, but I ain't got nothing left. I've been running circles, trying to catch my breath. I've been trying everything I can. I ain't got nothing left. Nothing left. Nothing left.
Next up, we're going to move into the living room and get this area vacuumed up. And like I said, the smell that this gives is so lovely. Everything was just smelling so clean and fresh, and I love using this carpet deodorizer. So I am working through some videos for, you know, things coming up, and one of the things I wanted to ask you that I had this fun idea. I get asked a lot, especially by people who were here back in the day, about the 2 little spirit friends that we had back in Las Vegas. And I've been asked whether or not they followed us here to New England. And I was thinking that in my Halloween Decorate With Me video, it would be fun to kind of tell that story about those little spirits and how we got them, and where they are today and any updates on that. So let me know if you guys are interested in that little story time. I thought it would be really fun. It is a little bit spooky in the fact that it deals with, spirits, but it's not spooky in the sense that there's nothing evil or bad or anything like that. So definitely just a fun little story. So let me know if you're interested in a little Halloween story time in that video, or if you would prefer just a little normal voiceover. I'm game to either one, but I just thought that would be a fun way to kind of tie into the season and still give you an update at the same time. So let me know. We're going to move outside really quickly. So I was finishing up with the laundry and things inside the house. And while I was doing that, Danny snagged the camera to show you what he does while I'm working on the inside. So I don't ever want anybody to think that this is not a whole family event when we're cleaning the house. It's definitely everybody, all hands on deck. So Danny is outside working on the yard. That's his domain. So right now he's just going to give the grass a good edging, and then he's going to use his big lawnmower to mow the lawn. And then he is actually going to start clearing out some of the bigger bushy weeds that are around the edge of our yard. We are hosting a party for my in-laws at the end of the month for their 50th wedding anniversary. So we're just trying to make sure the yard looks really good. Danny's been seeding and fertilizing and just making sure the yard looks great. He does a wonderful job taking care of it, and we are excited to host our family. We're actually hosting Thanksgiving this year as well, so looking forward to that. But I hope that you enjoy this little glimpse into what Danny does every week to take care of our yard. If you can tell there in the backyard, we do still have that mountain of dirt there. Our builder has been building a house on either side of us. You can actually see the excavator in the background. He's working on that lot there next to us, and he uses our backyard to go back and forth with his excavator. Those houses are almost finished. They're actually waiting for the town to come in and approve their septic systems so that they can move in. And when that's done, he's going to level out our backyard. So hopefully that will be happening here in the next couple of weeks. We're so very excited. But with that being said, right now Danny only has the front yard to manage, and it still takes him a good hour and a half to 2 hours if he really does all of it. So it's going to be a full day event when he actually has the whole backyard to take care of too, but can't wait. It probably takes him about a full tank of gas to do the front yard and down the driveway when he has to do the backyard. I wonder if it'll take him too. Good thing he has his fun little tractor there, but he enjoys having this beautiful yard to take care of, and I'm so thankful that he does. So right now we have a soft edge to our grass, and what that means is there's no like brick or rock or any gravel outline, mulch or anything like that. It's just a soft edge, and I prefer that. I like having the soft edge that just kind of blends into the trees. You can see the start of our fieldstone wall right there. The problem is that Danny doesn't want to bring the lawnmower too far out here because he doesn't know where the rock starts. There's not a lot of dirt back here. And we have these giant invasive weeds that you can see there that just grow like trees. So he bought a special type of weed whacker to take those things down. And as you can just see, that was incredibly effective. And then I asked him just to leave, the rest, because there is definitely poison ivy and things like that back there, but just cleans the space up a little bit more, and he did a beautiful job. He also got himself this fancy little tool. It's called a sweeper, a lawn sweeper. Basically just means that it's a lawn vacuum. What it does is it attaches to your lawnmower, and then you go pull it across your grass, and it picks up all of the leaves and the grass clippings from when you mowed the lawn. It also picks up like rocks and pine cones and things like that. It also has been known to pick up a gardener snake and a frog or two, but he's able to get those out. It doesn't have any blades or anything. It just has a sweeper that pulls things up into it. So fancy little tool, and he absolutely loves it. I'm so proud of him. He always wears his headgear there to keep his ears protected, and now he's just going to go sweep the lawn, which sounds so funny, but it really is a fantastic tool. And once all these leaves start to change and fall, he's going to be really thankful that he has that tool, because that will be a whole lot of raking that has to happen. So he's just going to go through the whole lawn and sweep it up there. And then the last thing that he does is he comes through and he uses the lawnmower as the blower to blow all of the clippings and everything off and into the tree line. So helps to just kind of clean it up there, and it also mulches under the trees. So it's like a dual purpose. And that, my friends, is it for today. I'm just crossing off the list in my planner, and we are done with our chores to get ourselves ready for the new week. The only thing I have left to do is wait for my grocery delivery and get those put away, and we are all set. So I hope that you found some motivation in today's Sunday reset. I also hope you found some relaxation. That is always my goal with these videos, is that you feel both motivated and cozy and warm and relaxed, like you just spent some time with a friend. So thank you for spending a little bit of your day with me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would, I would love for you to consider giving this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to come back for more. I've got a lot of great seasonal stuff coming up. I'm so excited, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day, my friends. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another Sunday Reset video. My name is Tiffany, and I am so thankful that you chose to spend a little bit of your time with me today. In today's video, we're going to be getting my house back together, prepped and ready for the start of the new week. There's my son, Ryan, in the background. He just realized the camera was on, but we were home trying to get some things done around the house. We've got a crazy busy weekend next weekend, so my brain was a little bit foggy. Do you guys ever have those moments where you just have so much going on in your head that it's hard to even get like the regular things done? It's kind of where I was this day. But we're going to get started today here in my living room, just kind of straightening things up. And then we're going to be doing a little bit of some deeper cleaning. There were some areas that I needed to get dusted. We're hosting a big party next weekend for my in-laws for their anniversary, and we've got a lot of people coming to stay at our house. So every day I've just been trying to get a little bit more done, just stay on top of it all. So if you're here for some cleaning motivation, I'm so thankful you chose to join me today. You can either sit and watch and feel some motivation or get up and clean with me, whatever is your goal for today. So thankful you're here. I'm wiping down my sideboard here with the Method wood cleaner. This is in the almond scent. It's absolutely delicious. I love this. It gives everything a really nice sheen and it just looks really beautiful. I do this probably maybe once every other week or so just to give the furniture a nice condition, and it just looks really, really nice. That sideboard is painted with a milk paint in the color linen, and it does chip really, really easily. So the top does have a ton of little chips. You can't see them here, but that's okay. I just think it adds to the character. And then I'm just vacuuming off our sound bar here because it's soft and it does collect cat hair very easily, and I just try to stay on top of that. So one thing I haven't done in a while that really needed to be done is to vacuum off our blinds. This was something I noticed the other day that really needed to be done. So again, I just put a nozzle on my vacuum and do it that way just to make things a lot easier and faster than just wiping down each individual blind blade. So this just seems to work easier for me. I am using the one that has the soft bristles at the end of the nozzle. That way it's wiping things down as we go. Moving on to the rest of the windows along the back wall here, I'm just taking the same vacuum with the same nozzle and I am vacuuming off all of the dust and the hair to get those nice and clean. Now this whole back wall here, as you can see, is windows, and we don't have any blinds on these windows, nor do we have any intention of putting any blinds on these windows. The great thing about this back wall here is that it looks into the trees in our backyard, and we've got about an acre of land or so that goes back. So lots of beautiful tree foliage, and we love all the natural light that it brings in. The purpose of this entire wall was to be able to see all that nature. So no blinds for us, but we definitely need to get the windows cleaned off because they do get pretty dusty. So we're just going to vacuum these off really quickly, and then we'll move on to wiping them down. Now that I've gotten them dusted off, we're going to go ahead and take a second to wipe them down. And I need to do the outside as well. However, these are those new, they're not new and fancy. They're new and fancy to me. The windows that you can open up and clean the outside from the inside. However, Danny wasn't home and I didn't want to try to do it myself. and break anything. So I just did the inside for now, but I make a window cleaner with a concentrate that I purchased at Home Depot. I'll try to find a link for you. It's something I bought when we were preparing to sell our Las Vegas house just to get the windows really clean, and it does such a great job. And it comes, like I said, in a big bottle. It is a concentrate, a window cleaner concentrate that I then put in to another spray bottle, but it does wonders. So just going to go through and clean these windows from all the little handprints that you see everywhere. There's my oldest son. He does exist. He's never on camera, but he was coming down to chat with me and to get some food. And then, like I said, this is my real cleaning. This is me like really living in this house, really, really doing stuff, my weekly chores. So I'm going to get these cleaned off and then we'll move into our next chore. This window that I'm cleaning now is the picture window behind my dining room table, and this window doesn't open and it's really got some funkiness on the outside. So I'm gonna have to have Danny go out there with the ladder to get the outside clean, because man, it's got some funk on there. I don't know what it is. Maybe some bugs or something ran into it. It is dirty, but I was just thinking to myself while doing this, I can't clean that. He's gonna have to get up on a ladder or something. But these windows really, really needed cleaned. Now that those are done, we're going to go ahead and pull the blinds back down. You're probably wondering why we have blinds on these windows but not the back windows, and that's because we do have neighbors to the side of us. There's a pretty good distance and trees in between us, but at night when the lights are on, I just wanted to feel like we had some privacy, so we put blinds here on these windows on the side, and I'm happy we did. It does make me feel like we have some privacy from the neighbors, across the way. Moving into the dining room, we're just going to get this cleaned off. It really wasn't that bad. Just had some things from stuff we were working on earlier that morning. Danny had done a great job. He'd gotten up really early this day, and so he took some extra time that he had and helped me to just get things cleaned up. It really does just get so messy with so many of us living in the house, but we do our best, and, I try not to worry about it until, it's to the point where it's like messing with my mind. And that does happen, but I try not to put too much focus on, everything being perfect, because that's not life. I want us to live here and be comfortable. Ryan had gotten some large coloring pages for his birthday and a box full of crafty items because he's a crafty kiddo, so I wanted to put those away for him. We have tons of papers everywhere from backpacks getting cleaned out every day. There's always papers that they're bringing home, things that they colored. Such a fine line between knowing what to keep and what to secretly throw away once they go to bed. Another area of constant need for cleaning is the island. As you can see there's always stuff. So we've got tons of water bottles from all the soccer games the day before. We've got that bottle of wine that I drank and then it's been sitting there for a while. We've got some soda cans we got to clean out. Just lots and lots of things to get put away. But honestly, it takes no time at all, so I don't stress out about it. Just let it be there, enjoy the day, and then get onto it when we can. We're going to get this island cleaned up. We're going to get those dishes put away. And in the meantime, all throughout this, we're going to also be working on laundry. So you'll see me intermittently stop what I'm doing to go flip over the laundry. Just the only way that I can get that done, is throughout the day, getting little by little done. So I'm sure you guys are the same. But I do prefer to do all my laundry in one day. There was a time where I was trying to do a load a day, but honestly, I don't have time. I don't have time to think about putting laundry in and folding it and putting it away. We have after school activities. It's just too busy. So picking a day on the weekend and just spending that whole day flipping over laundry, that is the only way that I can really effectively get through laundry. Do you guys have a laundry system that works for you? I'm curious to hear, especially if you have a bigger family like mine. But honestly, just picking a day and plugging away at it is the only way I have found to be effective for my family. Heading into the dishwasher, we're just going to get this unloaded really quickly. As you saw, there were kiddos home, but for the sake of filming, I'm going to do this for them every other time that I'm not on camera. I have them unloading the dishwasher, but I don't like to put them on camera. Just rather just do it myself real quick. We'll get these put away. Some stuff needed to get re-washed because it looked like it wasn't all the way clean. But we'll get these put away and then we'll get the dishwasher reloaded. I was just going to go ahead and get it run so that way when it came time for dinner, we could get the dishwasher emptied out so that it was ready to reload after dinner. I had just recently done a cleaning cycle. If you can see how clean the inside of the dishwasher was, I've been cleaning it with a lime enzyme that I found. I actually saw it in an Instagram video and I tried it and it works wonders. It smells really good, gets rid of all the hard water stains, and I feel like it's done a really great job of keeping the inside of my dishwasher clean despite my ridiculously hard water. I'll have it linked for you down below. I did buy it on Amazon. I did end up just putting it on subscribe and save so that I would get it. I think I put it on every 2 months because I try to use it like once a week. It's a small little package, but I just feel like it does a really great job at keeping my dishwasher, free of all that hard water buildup. That is one thing I gotta say about living with a well. Man, well water is hard and it is harsh. And, I wish that I had thought about that and put in some kind of water softener system. I still can, but just the hard water stains everywhere in my dishwasher, in my shower, in my toilets, and the havoc it wreaks on my hair. Okay, before we reload that dishwasher, we're going to go ahead and get the laundry folded and sorted. I didn't end up putting it all the way away like the kids' clothes. I just kind of stacked it up in a basket and kept it for, as I finished up the laundry. That way it could all just get put away at once. But folding it directly from the dryer is the easiest for me. It keeps it from getting wrinkly and it forces me to do it. If I put it in a basket and take it somewhere, it's so easy for that basket to sit. And I am notorious for saying, oh, I'll do this later. I'll do it while I'm watching TV. I'll do it later. Truth be told, when I'm watching TV, I'm typically editing a video or planning for my upcoming week. There's definitely no laundry folding, so it needs to happen directly out of the dryer to limit the chances of it not happening. Do you guys fold your laundry from the dryer or from a basket? I'm curious. Loads of laundry with kids' clothes always are so deceiving. When you put them in the wash, you think it looks like a regular sized load, but then when you're folding it, you realize that it's really double the amount of clothes because it's mostly kids' stuff and it's tiny. So that's what's happening here. Whenever I'm folding loads of clothes that have a lot of kids' clothes, or in this load, it had tons of dish towels, but I always forget at how, yes, the load looked tiny, but man, there was a lot of stuff in it. now we're going to go ahead and switch over the laundry. So I typically hang majority of my shirts because I don't like them to shrink. I like them to remain their size, or the shape that they were when I bought them. So I typically hang my clothes. A lot of times I'll drape them over my the tub in my bathroom so that they don't get those harsh lines like along the collar or in the shoulders. So I'll just kind of lay them on the tub in my bathroom. If I worry about hanging them, I don't want anything to, again, mess with the shape of the shirt. But most of my clothes I hang, and the kiddos' clothes I toss there in the dryer. A lot of times I'll hang them until they're dry, and then I'll pop them in the dryer just to get them de-wrinkled. But most of my stuff I hang. And we're just going to pop in some more laundry and keep the flow going. Eventually we'll get caught up. Back into the kitchen, we're going to go ahead and get through these dirty dishes. Again, like I said, lots of water bottles from soccer, empty wine bottles, no judgment, please. And lots of coffee mugs. So we're going to get the dishwasher loaded up. We're going to wash the things we need to hand wash, and we'll get those put away and dishes will be done. I think I've mentioned before, dishes are my least favorite chore besides mopping the floor. So don't always love this chore, but I do love the satisfaction it brings because when it's done, it does make a really high impact. So I do appreciate high impact chores like that, like decluttering and putting things away, doing the dishes makes a really big impact, where cleaning the windows didn't make as big of an impact. It didn't change the entire space, right? So if you're feeling like you need some help with motivation, that's probably a tip that I would give you, is start with high impact chores that are going to make a really big difference. I think we automatically start that way. A lot of the times our brains will take us to high impact chores first because, our brain is saying that's what needs to get done right away, because we need to declutter the space and make it visually more doable and make it feel more manageable. So I think our brains just kind of draw us into those things naturally. But if you're like me and you avoid some of those high impact chores like dishes because you don't like to do them, sometimes that's a good place to start to get motivated. just going to dry everything and get them put away. This is another one of those high impact items where if we just get it all the way finished, it does make a big difference. Couple of random items on the chore list today was to take out the recyclables. So we do turn in our cans usually about once a month or so to get the money back. There is a 5-cent deposit on cans and bottles here where we live, so we do return those. And I was also soaking my son's cleats, so they have a funky smell. So I washed them, didn't seem to make that big of a difference. So then I soaked them in a water and vinegar concoction. Vinegar is great at getting rid of, scents that have kind of stuck in your clothes or your towels or whatever. They're really great at neutralizing that. So you can try this tip. Just soak them for, those have been soaking for about 2 hours. I rinsed them and now I'm just going to let them sit in the sun to dry, and the sunlight will also act as a natural bacteria killer. So put your stuff out in the sun, except for your Crocs. Putting your Crocs in the sun seems to shrink them, but everything else you can put out there for some natural antibacterial help. Now we're going to go ahead and do my favorite part of cleaning the kitchen, and that's wiping down the counters. I've been using the Mrs. Meyer's apple cider spray, and I am loving it. It smells so good and so festive. This day was beautiful as well. The weather was gorgeous. It was in the mid-60s. I had all the windows open with the screen door on. There was a really great cool breeze flowing through the house, and it just smelled delicious and felt like fall. At this point, it was time to flip over the laundry again, and this is another one of those loads full of kid clothes. So this one seemed like it took forever to fold and empty out. Plus I have to look at the sizes. I tried to separate them by child. The crazy thing is, this is only 3 of my 5 kids. So my 2 teenagers wash their own clothes, which is wonderful. And technically my 10-year-old knows how. I just lump his in because it's a smaller load. I just lump it into the other 2 boys. But imagine if I had laundry for everybody. It would be crazy. So I'm thankful that my teenagers at least do their own. Again, we're gonna flip over the laundry and I've got some sheets in here this time. Do have a lot of, bottoms. A lot of this load, I think, was a lot of mine. Undershirts, pajamas, that kind of thing. I think I'd finally gotten to my clothes for the most part anyway. So lots of soccer socks. I find those everywhere. We have so many pairs of black soccer socks. It's ridiculous. We probably have 20 pair maybe. It's crazy. Maybe 15. Maybe I'm being a little bit over exaggerating there, but I went and hung those shirts on my tub like I had told you before. And now I'm actually going to battle with some of the cushions from my deck. So these needed to be washed so badly. They had gotten really dirty from all the rain, and there had actually been a little bit of a stain. These here go on like the little footstools. You can see the stain right there. I don't know what it's from. I don't know if it's from food or something like that. I'm not sure. It didn't have a color. It just almost looked like an oil stain, if you will. So I'm going to spray it down with a little bit of OxyClean stain cleaner. I don't know what it is. I think it might have been runoff from the top of the umbrella, but again, I don't know. It just had a really funny, maybe it was just dirty water. And then I'm just adding in a little bit of OxyClean laundry booster into the drum to help get those clean. And I'm going out to grab a couple more of the cushions. And again, I'm going to battle with these. These are the larger cushions. I still have 4 more to wash, but I only wanted to wash 4 at a time because I didn't want to overload my washing machine. So I'm going to get these clean. And in Wednesday's video, you're going to see a clean and fall decorate of my back deck. I'm so excited for you guys to see that video. It turned out absolutely beautiful and it's so festive and I love that space. So make sure you come back and check out Wednesday's video to see that beautiful transformation. That brings us to the end of this week's Sunday Reset, my friends. I hope that you found some motivation in today's video, and I hope you're able to get through your chore list before the start of the new week to help you feel ready to tackle anything. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love to have you consider giving it a thumbs up. I'd love to have you come back for more. I post new videos every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I will see you, my friends, in the next one. Have a great day. I'll see you soon.